you're giving so much gems on the dark side, but you are a 3-time champ. Talk to us about that 3-point contest and why, or was it 4-time? 3 in a row.
3 in a row, and then the 4th time, I didn't win the 4th time. The last time I got to go, I wasn't with a team, and they let me participate.
He is a 4-time champ.
Yeah.
So with that, no one else has ever done it in NBA history, and yet no one really knows that either.
Right, and that, I think part of it is, the ability to, Jim Brown said to me, and love him as well. He told me, he said, man, the professional sports teams control the media. And I was like, okay. Then you finally see it when you get older. You see how certain teams have certain media people that they align to get their message out or send out little dibs or whatever. And for me, I think that that's what it boiled down to, that the NBA realized that what I did at the White House or whatever, it wasn't in conjunction with what they wanted. But at the same time, it was one of the things that you can't deny what I've done as far as shooting the basketball. To this day, I don't think anybody competed in more 3-point contests than I did. I lost probably the first 4, to Larry, and then I think Dale Ellis might have won, and then I won my 3. But, it was one of those things, man. For me, it was just a competition of knowing that this is something that I love to do, shoot the ball, but at the same time, to be in a competition of it, that's pretty cool. And to be able to put up some records and to be able to know that, at that point in time, at a point in history, I could say that I was the best shooter on the planet.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the characteristics the best shooters have?
Well, for me, it's 3 parts of your shot: foundation, form, and follow through. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to know how to rhythmically do that, to do it off the dribble, to do it off the catch, to what are you looking? One of the first things I ask somebody is, what are you looking at when you shoot? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I look at probably 6 inches above the rim. That's what I'm focused on. And if it's off glass, it's 6 inches off the glass, 6 inches above the rim off glass. That no ball can go in that rim unless it's at least whether you're dunking it or not. You got to have at least that much clearance. So my thing is, when I hear people say, I'm looking at, young folks say, I'm looking at the back of the rim. You couldn't be looking at the back of the rim because you're not 12 feet tall. So you're looking under the rim. So probably 90% of your shots are going to hit front rim because your eye is focused and your ball is going to go where your eye tells it to go. So I don't care who you're shooting with. When you look, that's where your ball is going to go. Now, whether or not you put enough energy or whatever, that's what the hell you're looking at. And that's the part where I tell people, and as far as how you plan, is I was blessed to have Tex. Like I said, Tex taught me to play with a 3-foot cushion around me. And that at 3 feet, I don't care if you Shaquille O'Neal. If I go into my J, by the time you react to that, it's going to be too fucking late. Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be gone. Then you're going to might clap my hand or whatever. But by that point, my ball is already gone. So in teaching it, I teach that, foundation, form, follow through. I can actually say that when I'm shooting. So when I go into I like to shoot out of a 2-foot jump stop. You feel me? So I'm hopping into my shot. As I go into it, that's foundation. I'm going to say that. As I go up, I'm into form. And when I finish, I'm into follow through. And when I say follow through, the ball is coming through the net. And it's not. And when you teach children this, it gasses them because they swearing up and down that when they watch you shoot, that this is some type of magic trick. No. And the way that I teach that is that when I was in the 3-point competition, one ball that I shot with a money ball, it went through. And when I was watching in slow motion, it had the same amount of space all the way around the rim. So the ball was right in the center of the target. And it was the same amount of space around it. So I rewound that back to see what I did on that particular shot. And what I did, I brought it out the rack. I went into my hop. I went into my form. And I went into my follow through. And I started saying it at that point. And from, like I said, for me, it's being able to, like, people would laugh when we would be watching tape when I was with the Bulls. Oh, look at Hodge over there. He jonesing, right? MJ would have the ball on the other side of the court. And I'm in this corner over here, and I'm in my triple threat position.
Ready to let that bitch go. If you get it.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Man. And so it's a picture with me and MJ, and it's looking like he's talking in my ear. And people are like, man, what was he saying to you? No, it's what I was saying to him. Give me the ball, man. You feel me? And that's because if you throw it over here, it's going to be good 85 to 90% of the time, without question. that I'm not gonna miss open. That ain't happen. No.
Mm-hmm.
Now somebody running at me, maybe me coming off my tap too early and not getting this cocked. And that's one of the things that I want you to tell your children is, man, this is so critical.
I want you to teach them.
Yeah, this is critical right here. That this happens so much. All right. And I call that rolling into your shot. So we'll have people start here and you'll see them. And when they finally get to the top, this is happening. And I tell them, once you're at the top, bring that down. Bring that down. And now you're into your triple threat. So if you watch Kobe get that thing, MJ get that thing, you feel me? And now when you turn, it's already there.
Loaded.
It's already there. It's already loaded. You know what I'm saying? So being able to make sure that you work on that all the time. You work on that all the time, you know? And that this here, and once again, how do I make sure that I minimize the amount of error that can occur? All right. Once I take this out, this can't happen. So that's not going to be in my shot. Likewise, I want to make sure that when my ball starts, my ball never drops below my core. Ever, ever, ever. I'm never bringing my ball down to take it up.
Not mid-range.
Never. Because when I'm always going to make sure that my core is beneath my ball. My core is holding my ball, not my ball holding my core.
Mm-hmm.
I'm underneath it. I'm underneath that thing every time. So that this is a platform. My core sets the platform for my elbow. And then we up and away. We're up and away. So on catch, I'm creating my rhythm off that pass. All right? That rhythm off the pass is just like me off my dribble. So I go off my dribble into my hop. And by the time my feet come down, my wrist is cocked. And I'm gone. Where a lot of people come down or people go into a 1 count stride stop. You feel me? If I'm playing against a person that has a 1 count stride stop, going left to right to shoot, once I can gauge that, I'm not letting you get that right foot forward. All right? We played against Andrew Toney, who's one of the greatest scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're playing them in the playoffs in Milwaukee. And once again, you know Nelly is stickler for tape. So we watching tape, and we watched him give the Lakers 30. And it went 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Man, we was like, oh, that's all we got to do. Man, we ain't doing nothing but riding that right side. Every time he got ready to come to a stop, no, jump on that right arm. Mm-hmm. And no. Because as players, we know what is our comfort zone. You feel me? And if I'm going into a 1 count stride stop in the first quarter, in the fourth quarter, it's not going to be nearly as strong with us jostling around and shit. You feel me?
So you're someone that thinks the 2 foot is for a jump shooter is better.
Yeah, and there's another reason for it. That if I catch this thing on catch.
Because they teach one, not to cut you off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people teach the 1-2.
Oh, absolutely.
1-2 into it. 1-2. No, the hop step is too slow.
Check this out. James Brown, we on the 1 with the hop. You know, you on 1-2. So how is that faster? So when I got with the Clippers as a rookie, we're doing the turnout drill, right? I'm coming off this thing and my ball going to the rack so quick, they can't figure it out. Everybody else coming down there, 1, 2. I'm coming around there. As that ball is coming, I'm turning my in the shoulder. Let it go. So it ain't no me turning when I get the ball. Mm-hmm. I'm already turning. You feel me? And that's the difference that I'm saying, okay, now, if I catch this ball and that camera's coming at me and I catching a 1 count stride stop, I'm locked with my pivot foot.
Yeah, you can play off.
But man, and the way these kids got these taps, I can tap and act like I'm going into my hop. I'm still ain't in it. I ain't still ain't ready. Now I got my 3 feet. And let it ride. And I tell people, you look at Steph not shooting that thing from 40 feet off of 1 leg. He's shooting that thing off a 2 foot jump stop. It's just happening so quick. And he's launching knowing that my follow through from 40 is going to be down here, not up here. So when he's shooting that thing and he finishing, he's still with it. And I'm telling kids, I'm not leaving my shot. I'm staying with it till I see the ball go through the net. If my ball is bouncing around the rim, I'm bouncing with it. I'm bouncing with it. I'm bouncing with it till it fall. Yeah. And then I'm done with it.
Track the ball in the air.
Never. My eyes on that 6-inch point. So when I catch that thing and I'm 94 feet away in full court pressure, my defense in front of me, I'm still looking at that 6-inch point. I can see you. You feel me? Now, when you get up in me, I got to turn. I might look at you for a second, but I'm back at my 6-inch point because that's where I want this thing to finally go. You feel me? And the more I keep my head and eyes up, the more I can see it early. It's like going into a gunfight blindfolded. So many kids come off of that jack, do all this, and now you're raising up. Now you're trying to find your target. All right? I find my target. And then like in the league, we think create, eliminate. Once I create my space, I eliminate defender. You feel me? Create my 3 feet, eliminate them. Create 3 feet, eliminate them. Catch off catch. If they there, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part where it's all about putting into practice and knowing that, trusting in the process of what you're doing. So like you say, how my oldest boy, all-time 3-point shooter at Long Beach State. When he was in high school, they're trying to tell him to shoot differently. He's been doing this since he came out the womb, dude. So you feel me? Don't try to change it. And the thing about it is, I guarantee you, get them to look at them sites that we're talking about. All right. So many children are still looking at rim, or I'm looking at the hanger no, look at, because and the way I found out that I taught myself that was when I was growing up on the school ground, the light would go down from the sun and I could only shoot on this end. And I was seeing nothing but a line because there wasn't no net. So I was just trying to put my ball over that line, over that line, over that line, over that line. And I come out, that line is 6 inches above your target. And now it's all about training your eye where you're not looking at no rim. I'm not looking at the rim no more. I'm looking at that point in space. And if that ball goes on that point, it's going in. And we know that 2 balls can fit in the basket at one time. So why should I miss one?